especially when you can't make the weight. There's the takedown attempt from Mike Parsons right in, but Mapanda able to stop there, and Parsons being able to pull guard. Mapanda landing inside control, or sorry, in half guard and landing knees to the side of Parsons.
Yeah, if the game is on the ground, this is where Mapanda wants to be, and he'll continue to land those knees as long as Mike Parsons lets him, right into the rib cage. And Mapanda doing the damage here in the early going from the top.
And Mapanda's a crafty fighter. He realizes, but look at the power of Mike Parsons just right over. These amateurs realize that they need to stay busy on this top position to be able to prove, because you can't strike to the head, you need to stay busy still landing strikes to the body.
So you see Parsons now on top trying to create some space. Again, no strikes to the head of a downed opponent here in the amateur ranks. But body shots will score points with the judges. And add to that, soften up your opponent for later damage.
And taking away the hand of Mike Parsons. Mike Parsons just throwing Mapanda away. Again, you see the strength that Parsons has. And now backing Mapanda up against the cage. My concern with the Parsons pace right now is whether they can last all 3 rounds. Another takedown from Parsons. Now he has Mapanda up in a big slam over top. And Mapanda ducking his head right at the last moment, or he would have spiked that right into the mat.
And just a moment ago, Jeremy, I saw something I don't think I've ever seen before. Parsons had Mapanda by the foot and pulled him up and caught him in the air.
He's a powerful man. He's just proved it right there.
I'm desperate to see that again on the replay if our crew in the truck can get that ready, because I'm very curious as to how that happened. But Mike Parsons now on top of Joe Mapanda, as he has been since rolling over, pulled guard initially, and about a minute later rolled him over, and has been on top since. Now an armbar attempt from Mapanda, and a big slam from Parsons.
Referee Adam Cheetah right on top of that. There is a slam rule in the amateur division. There has to be a certain way. Now a knee bar attempt, and that is a very tight knee bar. You can see Joe Mapanda's leg is beyond the straight position. Wow.
Oh, Parsons sweating heavy after the first round, and coming out again this time a little less quickly than around number 1. Again, Mapanda just looking to find range. Big shot from Parsons. Had a long way to go. Jeremy allowed a nice sprawl from Joe Mapanda.
Parsons getting stretched out, but a little bit of wrestling inexperience by Mapanda. He has to make sure that the grip is broken before he tries to go in behind Parsons. As soon as he went in behind and Parsons still had the grip, he put him right back over.
So Parsons, after the single leg following through, Mapanda trying to sneak out and grab the back of Mike Parsons. Parsons told me, Jeremy, that younger fighters don't expect the leg locks, and he tried to find one in round 1, but he was unable to get Mapanda to tap to it. Now Mapanda with Parsons back.
Certain moves fall in and out of favor, and leg locks is one of those things, like the foot stomp, sometimes in favor, sometimes out of favor. But Mapanda able to defend that vicious leg lock from round 1. Now doesn't seem to be any worse from where, as he's on the back of Mike Parsons and now landing some good shots. So this is good veteran poise from Mapanda, saying, hey, look, I'm still the busy fighter being on top.
Parsons trying to roll through, unable to do so. Mapanda still on his back, as Parsons tries to shake off that top arm from Mapanda. And Joe just grabs him right back in, lands a couple of punches.
And we know that these punches to the side of the shoulder are not going to damage the fighter, but what they're doing is demonstrating that if I was allowed to strike to the head in this position, I would be striking to the head. And that's a good way to show the judges that you deserve to win a round. Looks like a body triangle now for Mapanda, so a dangerous position for Mike Parsons as Mapanda now trying to work that rear naked choke.
Joe Mapanda continuing to work from the back here. 50 seconds to go here in round number 2. And Jeremy, a decent ground game being shown here by Mapanda. It was a deficiency in his loss to Justin Basra, but really showing good work here against a high-level ground opponent.
Well, and just working in and trying to work the arm in, Parsons using that big frame as an advantage because he doesn't have to move his shoulder very far to cut off the ability for Mapanda to get around his neck. Parsons doing an excellent job of attacking that bottom hand, not allowing the rear naked choke to set up. Mapanda will start to realize this now, working to get on top, and will try and land some shots here with only short time remaining in the round.
So just 10 seconds to go. Joe Mapanda finishing this round. Well, I was going to say on top, but Mike Parsons rolls him through, gets the sweep, and will finish this round on top. That was probably not enough to send the round into his favor, though. And a round underway. Mike Parsons and Joe Mapanda, likely with a round each on the judges' scorecards, looking to finish this one off. A nice sprawl again from Mapanda, but Parsons pursuing it all the way to the cage and keeping Mapanda up against and now pulling guard.
When the leg attack failed by Mapanda, Parsons thought that that Parsons' leg attack failed. He thought by pulling guard he might be able to get an advantage, but this is not where you want to be in the third and deciding round. You never want to have your opponent on top of you. Better to just bail and get back to neutral again. But perhaps the conditioning of Parsons playing into this fact.
Trying to push out as he has done the last 2 rounds, but Parsons unable to press Mapanda over on that occasion. Again, looking for the sweep.
It's a primary lesson in jiu-jitsu that strength only gets you so far and technique has to be where it is. The 2 times that Parsons has swept Joe Mapanda from a bottom position have been used with strength. He bridges up, he holds onto Mapanda, and he goes through. But now as the strength begins to fade and Mapanda starts to spread his legs to make sure that he can't get rolled over, he ends up in a good position every time that Parsons goes through there. There's another example there. Now Mapanda on the back of Mike Parsons.
Parsons looking for a short heel hook there, Jeremy, momentarily before giving it up.
And it can be a straight leg or foot bar, but it cannot be a twisting attack. So Parsons will have to be aware of that. But Joe Mapanda content to sit on the back of Parsons and try and work in that rear naked choke.
A body triangle and on Mike Parsons from Joe Mapanda. Parsons trying to work his way back to a top position. He's halfway over, Jeremy, and now he's completed the roll and is on top in a guard position.
And he's got to get busy here, trying to erase the first half of the round where Joe Mapanda was on top and landed some good strikes. He's got to stay busy. Referee Adam Cheadle right on top of the action, making sure that these athletes stay busy. Good work by Mapanda trying to get to the cage. That's where he's going to be able to use the cage to wall walk up, get back to standing with only 35 seconds remaining in the round.
Mike Parsons is going to need a submission attempt here to show the judges he's trying to win this fight. Being on top is not going to be enough in the 3rd round.
Downward pressure by Parsons, landing some good shots to the ribs of Mapanda.
Parsons now just a few moments left in the 3rd and final round. 10 seconds to go as these 2 amateurs look to go the distance. As Joe Mapanda finds himself on the bottom as this fight comes to a close.